For today's assignment, we're going to do what's called close reading questions. We are using the story called The Great Stink. For this week's assignment, boys and girls, we have two stories that we're going to be reading. So this is called a paired selection. For these questions here, we're going to use the first story called The Great Stink. The first question: how does author Allison Friedman draw readers into her article? Okay, what does she do to make us interested in the article, to make us want to read it? Go ahead and write two answers here. What does she do to make us interested in reading this article? Number two, what factors contributed to the 1858 sewage crisis in London? So what does this mean? What factors contributed to the sewage crisis? What created this crisis in London? What started it? What are some things that started this problem that they had? That's what it means, factors contributed. Go ahead and write your answer below. Let me erase these and we'll go on to the next one, number three. On number three, we're going to be looking at what did a lack of scientific knowledge affect human health in the 19th century England? Let me read it again to you. How did a lack of scientific knowledge affect human health in the 19th century England? How did the construction of London's sewer system change people's understanding of how disease can spread? And for number four, describe Friedman's tone in the final section. What words or phrases help create this tone? So here we have the word tone. We have studied tone before in class. Tone is how it is an attitude about something. So here we have Friedman, the author. What is her attitude in the final section of this story? So if you go back to your final section, it's called A New Crisis. So what is her tone or her attitude about this final section? What words or phrases does she use to help create this tone or this attitude? And you're going to write it here. You can write 3 words that create the tone that the author has in this final section of the story.